What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are going to talk about the Silver Surfer debacle, the fiasco, however you want to call it, with these exploitations of purchases where people are taking them up to higher star counts. We're also going to talk a little bit about the anniversary event that popped up tonight. But with me, I've got Hamzia. Say hello to everybody out there, Hamzia.
What's going on?
So, what's your claim to fame for Marvel Strike Force?
If you've seen the video of Reminex falling out of his chair, I clipped that video,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I join his stream, I just do exclamation mark fall,
You
and
were
it pops up.
responsible for that too, were you not?
I was partly responsible. It was me and Yags Scopely fix prices and whatever he's going by. Watch Rem shake it,
I
I
think
guess right
he's
now.
We Love Rem's love bump now. I think
Oh
I
God.
see. Yeah, he
Yeah.
likes changing his name. He was Lunar Craft Festive for the entire Lunar event duration, so he loves changing his name quite a bit. But yeah, you and I were also in the same alliance for a while. Then we went our separate ways. It was an amicable separation. But
Yeah.
yeah. So you, the reason I wanted to bring you on was basically you were cutting way back on spending, and then Shadowland came out, and you were like, "Dude, I gotta have this team." So you started spending for Shadowland, and then Silver Surfer dropped, and you were like, "Yo, I gotta spend for Silver Surfer as well." And I mean, that's more just because how good number one the Shadowland team is, and number two how crazy Silver Surfer's kit is. Correct?
Yeah, it was a big part of like, jumping the meta a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Shadowland. Emma is a pain in my ass every war.
Watch the language.
And sorry.
We gotta make it suitable for the children, Ham. We gotta make it suitable for the children.
All right. Yeah, Emma is a pain in my backside. Every war, we're facing 500, 600k teams, and we don't have enough answers for them. So
Mm-hmm.
getting Shadowland was a big deal. A few of my guys in the alliance went for that team, and it's been very good
Mm-hmm.
to have that team on the roster now,
Yeah.
and we just have more answers for Emma. And then when we saw Silver Surfer, it was like we saw that video and it was like, okay, he's going to beat Black Order. Like, forget about Emma, forget about anything else in war defense. He's gonna beat Black Order, and you can start maybe peeling Black Orders off defense. Like, I've got a big, like, I think with war defense bonuses, it's 700k Black Order,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't get to use it,
Yep.
right? Because it's holding a room, and sometimes I win, and I can hold that room. Other times I just get beat by a 600k Black Order, right? So
Yeah.
it's not very creative, and having a guy like Silver Surfer come in adds a little bit more to the meta, and changes it up. It goes back to the pre Black Order days. Jumping the arena meta is another big thing. Like, I can go anywhere from rank 20 to rank 110 in a day,
Yeah.
actually in a few hours,
It's that
right?
slingshot
And
method, man.
yeah, it's crazy. So, and like, there's days where I like don't even bother fighting up because I'm sick of fighting Black Order.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fun. It's boring. It's the same thing. You either win the dice roll or you lose the dice roll, and that determines how the outcome of the fight goes. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to see what Silver Surfer brings. That's why I decided, you know what, let's wail on this guy and get ahead of the meta a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when I saw that the offers were like not orb related, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't surprise mechanics. You know how I love surprise mechanics. It wasn't surprise
Everybody
mechanics
loves
at all.
surprise mechanics.
Yeah, it was literally just you push a button, you get the shards,
Yeah.
and everybody's on the same playing field with that.
Yep. Speaking of the same playing field, this goes into the whole issue with the exploits slash glitches, where originally we had people with a 4-star Silver Surfer on day one, and then the news broke a day or two ago. A 6-star Silver Surfer was spotted in real time arena, and this isn't Blitz, where Blitz will automatically adjust stars based on the matchup and boosting their neglecting the power of teams for matchups. This was someone with a legitimate 6-star Silver Surfer in real time arena, and yeah, for someone who's not trying to spend as much, but really trying to get that level playing field, how did that make you feel?
It was it's kind of annoying, but
Mm-hmm.
it at some point we kind of have to stop being surprised by, you know, I'm not even gonna call it malice. It is negligence on
Mm-hmm.
Scopely's part on these things, right? Especially things that will continuously make them money, and like somebody figuring out a way to exploit and give them more money than
Mm-hmm.
they intend for you to give them, right? Like they're not going to stop that. Yes, it's going to take away whatever they plan to do with the character, right? And like it probably reduces the value of the strike pass they have coming out, because
Yeah.
a strike pass has silver surfer shards, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it's not surprising, right? And
Yeah.
just like anything else that comes up, any other bugs, it's like, well, I mean, it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. It is annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's like, well, maybe, maybe it's time to start going onto the dark part of Reddit and figuring out how to do this stuff, right?
Oh
Take
yeah.
advantage of it, because they don't seem to care enough to, stop this stuff from happening. But if something benefits a player, they cut it right away.
Yeah, that's like I know when we had the problem with the arena locks and people were getting locked out for like hours in arena matches, the Scopely specifically said they didn't want to publicly address it because they didn't want to make more people aware of the issue. And I messaged Cerebro earlier tonight actually. I was just like, "Hey, I know you guys don't want to publicly address this because you don't want more people like finding out about this exploit and abusing it, but this is something that needs to be addressed. Like this is a big deal. If people figure out how to do this and then there's accusations where apparently alliance clusters and groups of alliances have just been doing this for months. This has been a known issue since apparently at least August. This may go back as far as Goldgate, which I don't know if you were around for Goldgate. That was before, I think that was before my time, really, where people were like abusing offers with like gold or something. It was a mess, but it's one of those things where yeah, Scopely doesn't want to draw public awareness to it, but this is a big problem.
Oh yeah. The other thing was like, with the arena and like fixing these things, like how long does it actually take to fix a bug like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fix an exploit. It's probably a backdoor, it's probably some sort of missed code, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
get your QA guys on it. If apparently we're Scopely's QA guys, but like get on it, get it fixed, because like this is what causes problems down the line, and this is how people will quit and stop spending
Yeah.
and go to other games, and just, yeah.
Yeah, it was oh, man. And I mean, we'll talk about the store rankings for Marvel Strike Force here in a minute because yeah, the save MSF thing is contingent upon dropping the score overall. But when you go and look at the store rankings and how much this game is making, it's making still a significant amount, probably thanks to this guy. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where you and I have both spent the same amount of money on Silver Surfer. At least I assume you have. You've got 3 star Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you and I have spent the same amount, and somehow we still can't keep up with other people who are able to find this loophole or glitch or whatever it is and manipulate it. Now, I think I know somewhat what this glitch is because you and I have run into this problem before. Well, I've run into it and I shared it with you, where I bought an offer in the past and it got a little weird. It was the War Store currency offer for $5. It was like a month ago exactly. I bought it. I bought it twice, but something glitched out, and I ended up buying the offer 3 times. But on the third attempt, I ended up buying a weird offer with like storm shards, a premium ISO orb, a train orb, and a gold orb for $5. It was the same amount. And you and I were both thinking that was so weird. And then the next day, guess what offer pops up in the store?
The storm offer.
Yeah, it was the storm offer. And I remember I reported this, I may have reported it at the time, but I was just like, yo, guys, check this out. I bought an offer that doesn't even exist in the store. And then it comes out the next day and I was like, yo, I'm like a wizard or something. Like it was like some weird sorcery where I had bought the storm offer a day before and it still popped up in the store for me to buy again. So there's something weird going on with the store. It's weird.
Definitely. Like there's what happened with you. I mean, if they share offer IDs and it's like this
Yeah.
one's on this day, this one's on this day, like that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like bypassing your internal limit of like number of offers you can purchase per day.
Yeah.
Don't know why they have that to begin with. If it kind of stops them from it caps their money,
Yeah.
right? And it's maybe that's what they need to do is just if they can't fix this exploit, just get rid of that limit,
Yep.
right? And yeah, it's gonna break the game. It's gonna give Krakens and whales a much further head start. But I mean, if you can't fix it, you gotta do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And moving on to that, there was a post on Reddit. This guy says unpopular opinion, and judging from the upvotes on us, I don't think this is a very unpopular opinion. Talking about the players who exploited this or previous offers should be permanently banned. You cheated, you broke the terms of service, now you pay the price. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. I want to get your thoughts. What do you think is the proper punishment for people who are exploiting this?
So people who are doing it deliberately and knowing, and you and I talked about this
Mm-hmm.
um, off recording of somebody who might know how to do this and has done it in the past. And if you're that kind of person, 100% you should, get some consequences. A 3-day ban, a week ban, right, and have it go exponentially higher each time you do something like this, right?
Yeah,
And
my
like,
sorry, keep going.
no, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, my argument is that if they're doing this where they're just exploiting purchases like this and getting such an unfair advantage, at the minimum, it needs to be a month-long ban starting out.
100%.
Like a month ban is significant in a game like this, especially depending on who gets released. Number one, now you're missing out on a total month of battle pass for RTA and strike pass. Number two, you're missing out on basically 3 or 4 new characters, and that's a huge amount of resources that you're missing out of raids now as well.
Yeah.
Like losing a month's time in this game, that's a pretty significant punishment. I think that you'd have to pay really hard to get back up and to kind of catch up with that. So I was like, so yeah, month ban first time I think is more than warranted for this kind of thing.
Like so my other game that I played for a long time was World of Warcraft,
Mm-hmm.
and they would go through these cycles where the ban hammer would just come down and you'd get reports of
Oh yeah,
30,000 accounts have been banned, and it was like, well, what's going on? It's like, well, they're monitoring this stuff, and they kind of like they take out the laundry, right? They do it
yeah,
once in a while, once a quarter, just clear out all this stuff, and it's done,
yeah. As
right?
someone else who played World of
And
Warcraft, it was like the bots and everything that they would normally
yeah,
start
yeah,
banning.
it was the bots, and then it was exploits in one way or another, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they knew about this stuff,
Yeah,
and they would give warnings, and they'd offer 72-hour bans, and then it would go up from there,
yeah,
right? And it's kind of the same thing, is if you're doing this deliberately and you know you're doing it, and you know that you're using it to get an unfair advantage on other people in a game like this, it's not it just it takes away from the spirit of competition in the game,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
And like, what are you doing? You're earning more nerd points. At the end of the day, like we're playing games, right? We're earning nerd points, TCP, whatever you want to call it, right? Like that's what you're doing, right? Take it away for a month, 3 days, a month, whatever, 3 months. All that's doing is affecting your nerd points,
yeah,
right? And maybe affecting your wallet positively.
right. Yeah, what would you? I'm trying to think. So month ban the first time, would you say 3 months the second time, and then or would you just go straight to permaban the second time?
I think in a game like this, even a month ban is equivalent to a permaban. Like as you said, you fall so far behind,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think a month ban, you get banned for a month from this game, you are going to think long and hard before you do something like that again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah, I've gotten in trouble in Galaxy of Heroes before. a couple of times. And yeah, the first time I tried something stupid, I was like, yeah, okay, I learned my lesson. Definitely not worth trying this again. And I left it alone after that. And then the cheating problem that I brought up, and CG didn't like that one too much, but that's a story for another time. Um, but yeah, ugh, I I just don't know. And yeah, I mean, there's another Reddit post. It's like, Scopely, please say anything, something about this recent exploit purchase scandal. It's like the radio silence from Scopely on this does not leave me feeling very good either.
So I've noticed this about Scopely. They don't say anything unless it's very like if you go back and look at their blog posts from the last month where they're
Mm-hmm.
addressing, customer feedback and things like that, right? It is very carefully crafted,
Yeah.
right? And it's very like if you've ever listened to, somebody who's up for scrutiny, like a political person, it's done like that. Like they probably have some poli sci major interns writing their stuff for them to make sure that everything that they say can't be taken incorrectly, and we take it at face value
Yeah.
what they say, and they can't address this with the person who writes their stuff being in school, right? It's just
Mm-hmm.
and I'm convinced that that's what it is, and that's why these things take so long to address, right? They'll put out the Reddit post here and there about oh, this offer was bugged and we pulled it off, right? And that offer's back again.
Like the Silver Surfer one
And
that's back.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's just anything more than those quick fixes, they're not doing right away. Right?
Yeah.
100%. They're going to bide their time. They're going to make sure that what they're saying first off, they need to make sure that what they're saying is relevant and is actually something that they can say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I disagree with this a little bit, that they don't want to say anything unless there's something to be said, unless they actually have a solution, which I disagree with, because communication of, oh hey, we know, we've seen this, we hear you, we're working on it, they don't do that. But that goes a long way, and that's what this post is saying, is just say anything,
Yeah.
right? Address it in any way, just like the arena one, right? When they actually addressed it, that
Mm-hmm.
we know about this and it will be fixed, like they didn't talk about it, they didn't address it until they said it was going to be fixed, right? You can't communicate like that, right? You have to keep channels open, and we talked about this a lot, right? It's something that's come up even with the fix MSF movement from last year, is like keep those channels open.
Mm-hmm.
And they were good. They were open for a little bit and then they closed them off again, and you're starting to see a backtrack of this communication, a backtrack of everything. And I don't know if, like, I've touched base with you. It's like, hey, have you heard anything in the Envoy
Yeah.
chat? It's like, nope.
Yeah,
It's
I've had
silent.
quite a few people who message me and they're like, "Hey, are they saying anything? Like, are they talking to you on boys at all?" And usually I'm like, maybe they are. Like, I can't really give like full on explanations because I mean we're kind of bound by NDAs, but I mean I can at least say, yeah, we're chatting about it, or yes, it's been brought up before. And I mean for this one, I mean it's trust me, there's been quite a few envoys venting about this exploit and this whole mess. And some a bit more vocal than others, but yeah, there's a lot of concern with the envoys about this whole mess. And yeah, you guys can't see the envoy chat, but trust me, it's been very active concerning this exploit.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
one thing that I've learned about this game is the envoys fight for the community more than anybody will know, because of the amount of back and forth that you have
Oh man,
with them.
you should have seen envoy chat. Every time I lost a battle with skill military, oh man, I just
Yeah,
went off in chat. I know, like Goofy Rexy referenced it in one of his streams. He was like, "Oh, trust me, McMole goes off about skill military quite a bit." So I was
yeah.
over the
'Cause,
moon when I heard that team was getting reworked.
I mean, we still need to see what they're doing, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I gave him like a whole list of stuff with just like this is what I even sent them the video that I had done about what they should do, or or like what I thought they should do, and had people comment down below about what they thought. And I was like, just give this to Scopely. Like, you're gonna see a bunch of ideas and critiques of skill military and what their faults are. So I know Cerebro got it because he gave me a thumbs up for it. So I'm hoping Scopely watches the video. But yeah, trust me, we are very vocal in that Envoy chat when we need to be.
And
But
like
yeah.
that's the other thing, right? Is we like they've given us this feedback before that, oh yes, we take feedback, we're listening, right? Like what's the first part of listening? If you're having a conversation with somebody, what's the first part of showing somebody that you're listening? It's nodding along, like making eye contact, things like that. Right now, we give any type of feedback, it's like we're talking to a wall,
Right. Yeah.
right? And that's it. That communication is not there, right? They could
Hmm.
say, "Oh yeah, we're listening, we're taking this feedback," right? I get those surveys every time they go out,
Hmm.
and I've gotten tired of writing the paragraphs. Right?
Yeah.
And I go off and I'm like fix this, fix that. It's whatever. It's funny because it's whatever's bugging me that day, right? It's like offers are offers are bugged, or your support is bad right now, or um like it's just fix your game, right? It
Yeah.
always
Fix your
ends with fix
fix your
your
game,
game,
Scopely.
right? Like I mean, as I listen to or I watch a lot of mobile gamer, so
Yeah.
a lot of that vocabulary is in mine, and yeah, it just comes out, and just like we need more communication, right? We need back and forth
Hmm.
with the community, like it, even if it's with the envoys and they're speaking through the envoys, right? Like it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Well, so to play devil's advocate to that, the last time we were given information to hand out, it was it was Scopely telling us that we could let the community know there would not be another hoarding event, and that was 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were. I know a few people were less than pleased when we got this announcement that there was a war hoarding for this anniversary event. And yeah, some envoys were not pleased that they were allowed to basically say, "Hey, Scopely says, Scopely wants us to let you guys know, don't hoard. You don't have to hoard anymore." And then they announced the hoarding thing for the anniversary event. So there was some people that were pretty upset with Scopely. I'm not going to name names, but there were some envoys who were less than pleased that Scopely basically gave us one message and then announced something completely different a few months later.
Oh yeah. And that's another thing. It's like be consistent with your messaging,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
If you're going to say, "Oh, we're not doing this again," don't do it again, right?
Hmm.
If like I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop and to get a legendary that uses, hand minions, right?
Hey,
Even though they've
Electra's
said,
good now, okay?
but she's not a minion,
Oh, geez,
right?
just
Like,
hand minions.
yeah,
Oh god,
like you
why would you?
have hand
Okay,
assassin up
all
for
right, I'm
Phoenix,
gonna
but
cut you off because you're giving them terrible ideas. I'm cutting you off. No more.
all right.
We're moving on because this is we're getting way off the rails now. Um,
But they did say that was one thing that they weren't going to do again. I think it was after Star Lord or one of the other legendaries that, oh, we're not doing it this way again. And
that was
I'm
Phoenix.
just
It was the
okay
Phoenix
after Phoenix. Yeah,
because the Mystic Villain controllers you had to use freaking Nobu and Hand Assassin
yeah.
originally. You didn't have Loki, or no? I think we had Loki at the time,
You didn't have Hela.
but we
You
did not
didn't
have
have.
Hela.
Have they released anybody else? I'm gonna take a look.
No. Oh, jeez. I think Hela was the last Mystic Villain controller we got.
And now we
And
have Doom.
oh yeah, we do have Doom. I'm gonna have to cut that out because I just showed Doom on the video. Um, but yeah, we also have Doom for Villain Mystic controllers, but you got to complete DD4, and in order to really get through DD4, you got to have
Good luck.
Phoenix. Yeah,
Good luck
good
getting into
luck trying to
DD4.
do DD4 without Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
I do want to see that though. Like how they have Iron Man challenges
Oh,
in
jeez.
some games. I want to see somebody get get Doom 7-star and use a 7-star Doom to unlock Phoenix. I want to see it.
That would be a power move. That'd
Oh
be
yeah,
well, actually, yeah, no, you'd have to. Yeah, never mind. I was like,
because
well, actually, no, you don't have to have Doom at 7 stars to get Phoenix, and I was like, wait, You don't get them at 6 until you do your second run anyway, so never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be a big power move. And now I really want to see someone do that. That'd be awesome. But yeah, let's move on. Talk about this anniversary event real quick. What's your initial thoughts?
Rewards are hot.
Yeah, yeah, the rewards,
It's
not hot garbage.
that's all
They
I
are
can really
good
say.
rewards.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to, if you really want to get through this every day, you better make sure you do your blitz rotations.
Yeah, it's something like an average of 6.4 of the orange celestial orbs per day to get the full 90 that you need in the 14 days.
Yeah, and for me, I was getting 22 cosmic essence per blitz sim, so my rotation was about 800.
It's not bad.
I think. Am I doing that right? See, 25 times 20, that's a lot. No, that's like only
Choose
500.
calculator.
That's only 500. So no, not enough. So yeah, you're going to need to do that. You can also get it through energy. You're getting like 1 cosmic essence per energy spent. So you are getting some good stuff out of that too.
So if
Um
you're buying your 50s, that's 800 energy right there.
Yeah, and I
Or that's 800.
believe, yeah, you're also doing the same thing for ISO. You're getting 1 cosmic essence per energy for ISO spent. So yeah, I've been hoarding up my ISO campaign. I'm sitting at 300 out of 500. I've already done most of my 50 refreshes for the day for ISO energy. But yeah, make sure you guys are doing your energy and your blitz rotations for this. But um, yeah, what do you think? You think this is going to be a little more friendly than usual, or you think this is still another crappy event where you got to go heavy on blitz?
I mean, it's if it's in this game, you got to go heavy on blitz. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is it's what it is. I do want to go back to that hoarding with the war currency though.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about
one thing
that.
with that milestone is, and actually one of my alliance mates pointed this out, is you have diminishing returns after milestone 7.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. So after milestone 7, instead of 40, you get 25, and then it drops down to 20. Right. So it's actually probably beneficial for you to not have hoarded for this,
Mm-hmm.
and actually looking at it and doing the math. I feel like I spent a little bit too much today on this milestone.
Yeah.
Like you're at 20 out of 20, and you said you
I
goofed, but I'm
goofed
at 18 out of 20.
because yeah, the max for milestone 20 you only need 10,000 points. And the way the points work is that one of the tier 15 war orbs, the war orb 2, will get you 6,000 points right away. So if you buy
Yeah.
2 a day, that takes you over the milestone. So you want to do a combination of one of the tier 15 orbs and then spend your war currency.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 8415. I purchased spores, alien spores, and one of the G15 pieces,
Yeah.
and then I opened an orb.
Yeah,
Right,
I
and
mean,
I kind of just decided I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna wait until the next refresh.
mhm.
And like you don't even need to core, right?
No.
It is actually pretty friendly if you're at this level where you're getting this elite currency and you're opening those orbs. It is relatively friendly for the end game people that aren't spending.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I mean it's
yeah,
it's not bad. I mean this milestone goes on for 14 days, so we'll see how everything works out in the end. But yeah, I mean I've got to say at first glance it's not the worst. I mean I'll probably because I'll be busy with work, so I won't be able to do my 8 blitz rotations a day. So I'll probably have to buy some of the cosmic essence offers, but uh this doesn't seem like the worst one. Now, the price they're put on celestial orbs is a bit expensive for my taste. They're offering about
yep.
$5 per celestial orb, and you can get tier 15 uniques out of it, but it's not guaranteed. So it's not exactly the best. I've got to figure out which pillars. I think it's the right pillar.
It's in the middle pillar.
Is it the Miller pillar? Middle pillar. Yeah, so you've only got
5%.
a 5% chance per celestial orb of pulling a tier 15 unique. Not
Yeah.
exactly the best. And I mean, you can pull some tier 14 uniques, or you can pull like 3 or 4 of the orange catalyst pieces, which I mean, for $5, that doesn't seem like worth.
Why are they still like giving you nickel and diming on these catalysts? Like I just I don't
Yeah.
understand that. Why is there not a zero behind every one of these numbers? Like they've inflated the cost of it so much,
Hmm.
right? Of how much you need for each character to take them up. Why have they inflated the cost and like deflated the amount that you get?
Yeah, I
Right? It
don't
just doesn't
know.
make any sense.
I mean, so the hidden. Ooh, that was a nice pull. Sorry, I got distracted by the orange pulls there for the milestone
Nice.
orbs. Um, what were we talking about? I completely forgot. I was so distracted by
Um,
the gold in the orb pull. I completely lost train of thought.
we're talking about the celestial orb.
Yes, the celestial orb. Well, yeah. So the hidden offers that you pull that you get for like the catalyst and everything, those used to be 50 catalysts for $20. They upped that to 100 for $20. Still not worth it in my opinion. But
No.
yeah, they've started to make those offers a little bit more. I wouldn't say they're better. I mean, they're still bad, but they're better. But I have noticed they're slowly kind of like upping the amount you can buy for certain amounts, but these they're still dead set on charging like premium prices for orange gear, even though they've said they want to make it more available now.
Well, I mean, um, when they stop making money on, I mean, I think they still make money on purple gear.
Yeah,
Um, but oh yeah, I pull a purple and it ends up being for a SBCs.
yeah,
It's fantastic.
yeah.
When they do that, like we're gonna be in red gear or white gear or whatever's
Oh
data mined
jeez,
to be
whatever
next,
comes
right?
next.
Yeah, and that's gonna be like DD6 and G18. Like I have a feeling that they're gonna hold on to this bottleneck for as long as they can.
Mm-hmm.
And like the argument is open up some of the other bottlenecks, right? Like open
Yeah.
up gold, open up training materials. But they seem to be wanting to hold on to every bottleneck that they can
Yep.
until they, run out of limbs.
Yeah. Yeah. So real quick before we go, I want to talk about the Google Play Store because something interesting has been going on here today. I tweeted out about it earlier today. Marvel Strike Force is still pulling a lot of money in the game, even with the bad reviews flowing in with Save MSF, and I'd have to say this has to be due to Silver Surfer, really. In terms of top role playing grossing games on the App Store, it was sitting at number 2 earlier today. Seven Deadly Sins has pulled out ahead of it. Raid Shadow Legends is number 1, but if you go and look at all grossing games across the board, you're gonna find Marvel Strike Force sitting right here at number 19. It was up at 13 earlier today, so they seem to be updating this quite a bit. But yeah, I'd have to say this game is still making a lot of money, even with people unhappy with the state of the game.
Yeah. How'd you get to role playing category?
You have to go under the top charts. Oh, geez, now the store's being. But it's one bad thing with the store does not really work well with emulators. If you look at the Marvel Strike Force, you can in the App Store you'll see there's a tag that's like number top 3 grossing and role playing, and you just tap on that, and it will send you to the rankings charts.
Okay. I just want to see where, because your chart's a US.
Mm-hmm.
Um, number one top grossing in Canada.
What Marvel
Yeah.
Strike Force is?
Yep.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, it's beating out Raid Shadow Legends.
Dang. All right, quick. Where's Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes for you guys?
4.
Okay, yeah, it's number 5 here in the U.S. Where is it overall, Marvel Strike Force?
That's top grossing. That's not top role playing.
Wait, that's number 1 of all top grossing games,
Uh, Let me confirm.
or is that just role
If I
playing?
go, no, I think that was role playing.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because the Eggs is Canadian, but
Is he really?
yeah.
Oh, geez, he's basically paying for the whole country. Jeez. Um, yeah, no wonder why Marvel Strike
uh,
Force is number 1.
it's 18.
18. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's number 1 top RPG, but it's 18 overall. That's crazy. Figured it'd be a little
Yep.
bit higher because I mean, here in the U.S., Raid Shadowlands is number 9. Fun fact: Star Trek Fleet Command, which is another Scopely game, is number 8. It seems to be
Number
trending up
11 for
too,
us.
huh?
Number 11 for us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So I definitely don't think Scopely's hurting in terms of revenue for the game. They seem to be doing pretty good. So I mean, it's a good thing they weren't calling for a spending strike with Save MSF because it definitely would not have worked with Silver Surfer.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Before we go, is there anything else you want to say?
No.
All right.
Trying to think of a catchphrase, but I got nothing.
Just tell people you like long walks on the beach or something. You know, everybody loves long walks on the beach.
I live in Canada, man. We don't have beaches here.
Oh no.
No.
All right. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for us, guys. Let us know down below, what do you guys think about the exploits? What do you think Scopely should do if they need to address them? Let us know down below. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.